Hi, today I'm going to do my August monthly favourites, and I've actually got quite a few this month and ones that I really like now looking at them all laid out on the floor. It's made me quite excited because I've got some really good stuff to show you today. So I'm going to get on with it. The first thing is, what should I choose first? Okay, the first are two highlighters, face highlighters, and they're both high end. They're both kind of similar but quite different as well. So one's Burberry and one's Christian Dior. So I'll show you the Burberry one first, and this is called the Sheer Summer Glow, and it's really nice packaging. It's got the check Burberry print on it, and it's like metal, and you open it like this. It's a little bit annoying, I find, that you can't open this all the way back. It just opens up like that. I don't know why, I just quite like it when things open all the way, if you know what I mean. So this highlighter has two bronze colours on one side and then two sort of highlight colours on the other. So it's kind of a real multi-use product, which is why I like it. There's a darker brown, a lighter brown. Actually, I don't know if they're matte. I think they're both quite shimmery actually. And then there's a pinky highlighter and a more white highlighter. And it's really nice. You can either sort of swirl brush around the whole thing and then use it sort of all over your face, or sometimes I just use the brown colours to contour with, and then like either both highlighters, or I just pick. It depends. There's so many. You can either use it like 4 ways or all together. It's really, really good, and I really like it. And the quality of the product's really nice. There's a really nice print actually on the product as well, which mine is starting to disappear in the top bit. But I think this is a really good product. I'm really impressed with the Burberry stuff that I've tried so far. And this is definitely one of the best ones. I think it might have been limited edition, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure they're going to bring more out like this because I think it was really popular. So the other one is a Dior highlighter, and one that I heard loads about. It's the Amber Diamond Highlight Compact. So the reason I got this, because I'd heard about it for ages. Fleur de Force talks about it a lot, Tanya Burr, kind of everybody talks about it really. But I never thought I really needed it. But then they said that they were going to discontinue it. So I went to the counter and I looked for it, it wasn't there. And I said to the lady, do you have this? And she said, oh, we've got 2 more in the drawer, but we are discontinuing them. So I was like, I have to get it because everyone says it's amazing and they're stopping selling it in the UK. So I bought one. And then I found out from Amelia from Liana Beauty that they're not discontinuing it anymore. So I feel like I was a little bit tricked by the lady at the counter, but I'm glad I got it. And it looks like this. I don't love the packaging, the sort of blue, and it's quite plasticky. I don't like it as much as the Burberry one. But it looks like this. Oh, it's kind of very shimmery. I feel like it's going to fall everywhere. So it's got like a white highlighter that goes to a sort of champagne-y colour, and then it goes a bit more bronze, and then a kind of more like orangey bronze as well, like a, this is kind of taupe, and then it goes kind of bronze, and it's really, really shimmery. But this is really nice. Sorry, I had to go close the window because my dog started barking outside. What was I saying? So this is really, really shimmery, but it's nice because it means it shows up. I find with highlighters sometimes I can't really see when I put it on. So I use a little brush and I sort of swirl it. In the evenings I'll swirl it sort of all around and use the darker colours, but most of the time I just use the lighter ones because I don't want to sort of go too orangey, and I think this one on the end could be too orangey for me. So I've mainly been using these ones, but I really like it. I use a little brush and put it on my cheekbones, and I think it's really, really nice. I'm maybe not as obsessed with it as everyone else seems to be yet, but maybe I will as I use it more. But yeah, I've been really liking those 2 highlighters, especially this month. The next thing is a bit random maybe, but it's Maxi cotton wool pads. So these are the ones that are like, let me find an example. They're like this. So they're the big ones basically. I used to use the little circles, but then I discovered that it would make so much more sense to use these because I only need like 2. When I was using the smaller ones I needed about 4. So I just use one for my eye makeup and then one for my face. That's when I'm using the Bioderma to take my makeup off. And they're really nice, and I keep them in this jar on my dressing table, which I really like to keep them in. I think it looks really nice and sort of very Paris-like. So I keep them all in there. One thing I will mention, so these are the ones, they're called Cosmetic Maxi Pads, and they're from Boots, and they're really nice. I ran out and I just bought some from Superdrug thinking they'd be the same, and they were horrible. They were so hard. They actually hurt my face when I used them, and normally I would just use them up and then get these next time, but they were so horrible I had to like, I saved them to use for my nails because it doesn't matter if they're soft for my nails, and then I went to buy more of these. So if you do get them, make sure you get the Boots ones, or maybe there's nicer ones in Superdrug, but the ones I got were really horrible and rough. So yeah, I've been loving those this month. They've been very helpful. The next thing is Origins makeup. I spoke about this on my blog, so I'll link the post below. Origins is sort of releasing a makeup line gradually over this month and next month. I think everything's sort of released at different times, but these are the bits that I've absolutely been loving this month. The first thing is this concealer, which is called the Plantscription Anti-Aging Concealer. It's quite a few anti-aging bits, which is good, I guess, even though people normally think anti-aging means it's for older people. It's actually for people like me who are like in their 20s. Anyway, this is a concealer, and it's very similar to the Collection 2000 concealer in that I think people like that because it's got really good coverage, and it's in the same sort of applicator like this. But sometimes I find with the Collection 2000 concealer, as you kind of expect from a cheap concealer, it can get a little bit cakey, especially if you've got dry skin. This one's really moisturising and doesn't look cakey at all. So I've actually loved using this, and I would definitely repurchase this. I can't remember how much it is, but I know that it's worth it. I also have a MAC Moisture Cover, I think it's called, and the colours in MAC are just too orange for me. So this is a perfect colour match. It's number 02 light medium, and I absolutely love this. And also to sort of go alongside that is the Origins Plantscription Anti-Aging Foundation, which is SPF 15, and I spoke about this in my most worn things in my summer tag video. This is colour 02 light neutral as well, and this is amazing. I'd actually go as far as saying this is probably my favourite foundation now. I prefer it to the Gemma Kid, I prefer it to Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser. I just absolutely love it. The reason I like it so much is because it's really moisturising, which is good for my sort of skin, which is sort of normal to dry. I'm probably not sure if it would work on oily skin, you'd have to give it a go. Really moisturising, and so it feels like a tinted moisturiser, but it's got quite good coverage as well, but not so much. Like with the Gemma Kid Light as Air foundation, even though I do like it in sort of the winter, it can look like I'm wearing too much makeup. I find with me that if I'm wearing too much makeup, it really shows like around my nose and around my chin, and my sister's normally the first one to point it out that I look like I'm wearing too much makeup. But with this one, I never ever get that sort of dry patches or anything, and it's so easy to blend and so easy to build up, and it's the perfect colour for me. I love the packaging, it's really small and easy to put in your makeup bag, and I actually haven't got one bad thing to say about this. I'm properly raving about it, so when it comes out, please go try it because it's so good. And then the third thing from the Origins makeup is the Origins Ginseng Brightening Mascara. Another thing I really need to rave about, because this is probably, again, one of the best mascaras I've used. It says it's for lengthening and lift, but I also find it's amazing for volume. It's just basically got the most ridiculous brush I've ever seen. I'll do a close-up of it. It's just absolutely massive. It's quite a long brush. It's like hairy. It looks like a massive tarantula. It's like the hairiest brush ever. And I find with this that you hardly even have to touch your lashes to make them long and thick. Literally, it's the easiest mascara to apply. I think it lasts all day. It doesn't smudge at all on me. The whole brightening thing, so this is supposed to like brighten because it's ginseng, like the Ginseng Origins product. I don't really feel like it brightened my eyes, but I guess when you have long full eyelashes it can make them look more awake. But yeah, I absolutely love this. It's a big massive fat mascara, and I think it's really good, and I would also repurchase this, definitely. So those three are all amazing. I'm so impressed with the Origins makeup stuff. And another favourite to sort of go alongside this is my Real Techniques Stippling brush. I normally use the buffing brush for foundation, and I have done for the past sort of 3 or 4 months, but like I said before, I sometimes look like I'm wearing too much makeup around here, and I thought maybe I'd try using this brush again, because the last couple of months in the summer I've been wearing either more sheer foundations or tinted moisturiser, which is quite different to like a heavy foundation. So I use this brush, which is quite different to the buffing brush. It's not as dense and it's got these hairs that sort of come out the top, which makes it sort of lighter coverage. And I didn't used to like this as much because I felt like it was leaving me streaky. But now I think that may have been the foundation I was using, because when I use this brush with the Origins foundation, it's the perfect match. I find it easier to blend than the buffing brush. It's not kind of as tough, and it just doesn't sort of cake on the makeup as much. It gives you more sheer coverage, and I think this is really good for tinted moisturisers, and I've been loving using this recently, so I'm glad I gave it another go, and I really like this. The next thing is another Origins thing. I'm a bit obsessed with Origins, clearly. It's the Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask, which says it's to clear pores. So it's basically a clay mask. Is it clay? It says charcoal. It kind of feels like clay. It's like a proper thick black. Like when you squeeze this onto your hand, it's probably the scariest thing ever. It's like tar, and you put it on your face. It's just a really weird experience. You should really try it. And this is the travel size, which they're doing at the moment for £10. They're doing like 10 travel sizes of their most popular products. I think they still have them. I saw this one in John Lewis, so go and have a look if you like Origins. I thought, because it's kind of a thick charcoal black mask, I thought it would be quite heavy and, you know, get really hard and kind of hurt your skin. But it's really weird. When you put this on, I put it all over my face, like avoiding my eyes and mouth and stuff. And you're meant to leave it on for about 15 minutes, and it feels really fresh. It kind of feels like your skin is like zinging, and I can't really explain. It really feels like you've got like wind blowing in your face. That's the only way I can explain it. Really refreshing, which is so not something I would expect from like a black mask. The only thing with this is it does get hard, and then after 15 minutes when you take it off, I find it quite hard to take off, and I feel like I have to drag my skin with a muslin cloth, and that's a bit of a shame because you don't really want to do that to your skin after having a nice mask on. But I'm still sort of figuring it out and finding ways to make removing it easier. But my skin feels amazing after I use it, and I really like it. It's definitely one of my favourite masks now. So I've been loving that. The next things I've sort of spoken about so much recently, but it's definitely a favourite from this month, is the Fresh Sugar Lip Polish and the Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment. So this one I've had since Christmas in America, and this is the mini one that came in a set from Sephora. I also had the lip balm, but I ran out. I think I showed it in my empties video, and I recently repurchased it from the store on Marylebone High Street in London, and it's basically a massive one. I'm glad I got it because this one's actually easier to use. So this one's a lip balm like this, and it's just the best lip balm. I feel like I've spoken about it before. It's the best lip balm I've ever used. I use it at night before I go to bed, in the morning when I wake up, and throughout the day if I need it. And it's just like, put one swipe on and your lips are like moisturised for about 2 to 3 hours. I swear, I'm not exaggerating. It's amazing. And this is the exfoliating scrub to go with it, which is just a sugar scrub, which is really good for getting rid of dead skin on your lips, and really easy to use, and it tastes and smells really nice. I suppose it smells like brown sugar. I'm like, I can't describe it, but yeah, it does smell like brown sugar, and it's really yummy, and I love these two, and I'll definitely get more when I run out. Although I think the full size of the exfoliator or the scrub is quite massive, and I like the little pot. I don't want to buy a big one, so hopefully I won't finish this too soon. The next thing, oh, this is the last one. I feel like I've gone really quickly through this video, sorry. I'm a bit manic today. This is an eyeshadow from Illamasqua. This is an eyeshadow from Illamasqua, and it's called Forgiveness. Does it describe the colour? No, it doesn't. Okay, so it looks like this. It's like a plummy, purpley brown. And I actually went to an Illamasqua masterclass makeup thing, and I went with my mum, and it was really nice, and they did a demonstration on my mum because she wanted to know how to do like a 5-minute makeup routine, because she hasn't got much time in the morning and not much patience either. So she wanted to know how to do that, and they did her makeup, and at one part they used this in the crease, and I instantly fell in love with it. Is it matte? It looks quite matte. It may have shimmer in it, but it's not very shimmery at all. You can hardly see it. and it's really nice to use in the crease and also underneath the eye. And I never thought about wearing sort of purple before, but because it's kind of purpley brown, it just works so perfectly on my skin tone and with my hair. I really, really love it, and I've been using it loads this month. And I actually noticed as well that Forgiveness, this colour, is also in one of Illamasqua's palettes from the Generation Q collection, which has just come out, I think. I think it's come out, or maybe like really soon, but there's a whole big launch at the moment. And this is their Compliment palette, it's called. And Forgiveness is in this palette. This is what it looks like, and it's got Forgiveness, which is that one, and then it's got a darker shimmery purple, and then sort of a champagne-y colour, and then this is a cream brown pigment. And this is a really nice palette, and I'm really glad they put Forgiveness in there because I really love it. I probably shouldn't have got it on its own now because I have the palette, but it's nice to be able to take it out, like especially if I'm going away or something and I just want this one. But yeah, so if you do like the look of Forgiveness colour, I'd recommend going to look at this palette because it's a really nice palette as well. This isn't like one of my monthly favourites because I've only just got it and I haven't used it much, but Forgiveness, the plummy colour, definitely is. I really, really like it. So that's everything, I think. Yeah, it is. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked seeing my favourites, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.